Sanctioned by the new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
Welcome to the House and Hammer built by the nation, for the nation. Welcome to Raider Nation News today. If it's your first time in here, don't let it be your last. Break them thumbs, hit them subs, smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions. Hope everybody's having a great day wherever you guys are at. This has been a crazy day. It's the official first day of OTAs for the Las Vegas Raiders. We had a lot of pressers earlier this afternoon. Josh McDaniels took to the podium, Devontae Adams, Max Crosby. It was a lot to take in today, a lot of news to get into, a lot of things to talk about. We will be joined at some point this evening by Big Mike Raider. I'm trying to find the chat. Oh, here we go. Sean Johnson's in here. Cloud Entertainment's in here. Salute. Let's get right into it, though. Like I said, Mike will be in here at some point. And again, we're going to open up the vault line and even let you guys pull on up as well. I know I put something in the poll on the YouTube community post. We're just going to do both. I haven't even seen within the last hour or two what the voting was at, but why not just do both? It's been a minute since I've really interacted with you guys and had you guys really a part of this. And this is how we grew from the jump. So we got to get back to doing that. But let's get right into it with the presser. We're going to hear what Coach McDaniels had to say earlier. And here we go. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let's do this the right way. I'll make sure I have. Hold on. That's why. Let's try this again.
He was coming up.
Okay. So you guys, I'm muted. Hold up. How am I muted? Hold on. I don't know why I'm muted. Wait, can you guys hear me? Thumbs up if you can. Because I'm checking this now and it's not showing as if I'm muted. Am I muted? Yes or no? Okay, we're good. You guys are scaring me when you do that. So yes, for those that don't know, in regards to Coach McDaniels talking about Jimmy Garoppolo did suffer an injury with the San Francisco 49ers while he was there. Meeting with those team doctors, they said that surgery was not required. As the Raiders did their due diligence and went through the physical for Jimmy Garoppolo before he was signed, our team trainers, our team doctor suggested that he does get surgery for this foot. It was nothing serious. It was a minor surgery that he did get upon signing with us. Now, thinking about this today and thinking about the things I heard, it's like kind of makes sense why we have a guy like Brian Hoyer, a journeyman, but somebody that's very familiar with the system, has signed here as a backup quarterback. It is also a telling sign right now of we drafted a quarterback in Aiden O'Connell in the draft as well. But it does seem that in regards to this injury right now and post-surgery, whatever the case may be, look, it's only May. Still have plenty of time before the start of training camp. We have plenty of time before preseason, but realistically, we probably won't see him playing in the preseason anyways. But please don't start jumping off the boat. Oh, we got a guy that was injured. We knew he couldn't be healthy. Don't, because just like this situation with Jimmy G, a lot of you guys were throwing fits last week in regards to this situation or the non-existent situation that is of Devontae Adams and the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, realistically, I said it last week when this whole interview came out and people are saying he's going to leave, this, that, and the third. You had analysts, you had sports reporters, you had ESPN. Oh, it would be great if Devontae Adams would reunite with the Green Bay Packers. It would be great if he were to reunite with Aaron Rodgers in New York City with the Jets. Like, no, dude. No, stop. We're going to get into that. I want you guys to hear what Coach McDaniels had to say first in regards to that whole situation. And then we're going to hear Devontae Adams set the record straight. Wrong part. Wrong part. Okay. Let me just check something. When I'm muted, do you guys actually hear the audio or no? Just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down on that part. I think me clicking that thing, clearly I'm not going to be heard, but just let me know real quick. Just keep talking so you don't think I'm muted. Can you guys hear the audio though? Do you guys hear the audio from the press conference? That's what I'm trying to find out. No? Yes, no, maybe so. If not, I might have to do something else. Okay. Jack said he doesn't know. But see other people in here, so you guys can hear me though, right? Uh-oh. McDaniels. What's up? All right, so you guys can't hear it. All right. 1,000 apologies for that. Again, we're not using a regular platform because I do plan on having people on. But all right. Josh McDaniels pretty much said that he did not really hear or really read the article that has been the controversy over the last week, or for some people, really no controversy at all. He said he has a good relationship with Tay, as well as Dave Ziegler having a good relationship with Tay. So realistically, like, it was much ado about nothing, which I said last week. Like, we are in the middle of the offseason. Writers, journalists, analysts, sports reporters are going to come up with any story or twist somebody's words around and make it a story. And it has not been. I'm going to fix this for you guys so we can try to at least hear Tay's side of this. And then we're going to be done with that part. And then I want to start having people call in or come on, whatever you guys want to do. Hold on 1 second. Let me get this up and running the right way. Maybe that's why. Ah, okay, so that's not it. Oh, God, here we go. Yeah, but this is a whole bunch of. Yeah, I understand. I don't want this on the screen, but I will play it. Please let me know if you guys can hear this at least. Please give me a thumbs up or something. Just let me know you guys can hear this. I quit. Hold on. All right, so this is really not going to be the way to do it, which I didn't know because using this new mixer is kind of difficult, but let's just do it this way and we'll have it done and over with.
Was what you meant by, there were disagreements, and it seems like some people ran with that a little bit. Just want to give you a chance to maybe set the record straight on what.
Well, I mean, it's not really setting the record straight. I mean, I think a lot of things get taken out of context when you don't have an interview to look at or people don't know the full story. So at the end of the day, I mean, there's going to be opinions and there's going to be, you're not always going to see things the exact same way. But, when you've earned a right to have an opinion, or you see things a certain way, or even, going into the operation this offseason, obviously, I made both fun of having Aaron here a lot, and why would I not talk about having, best quarterback to play the game and the guy who I have a lot of history with. So that's who I had on my mind initially. So, that was never a slight at Jimmy. I didn't even know we were, pursuing Jimmy. So it had nothing to do with any of that. And then obviously I put something on social media saying, don't hit me up. Don't stop hitting me up if I haven't talked to you recently. Don't hit me up about this stuff. And I already said what that was about. That was clearing up the whole, me just getting bombarded with messages like, "Oh, what's going on? How you feel about this and this and that?" So, I mean, that could have been anybody. But at the end of the day, like I said a couple times, I'm excited to get to work with the new guys. And Jimmy's a great guy, love him to death. I didn't know him very well before he got here, but getting to work together a little bit, be around each other, getting to know him. He's a great guy, and definitely excited to get to work with him and everybody else that's in here. As far as the front office, I mean, I haven't had a relationship in the past. This is 10 years for being in this game, and I haven't had a relationship like what I have with those guys. So everything's get taken out of context. I wouldn't be here. I mean, I told you guys right after the Derek thing, I was here to stay and I wasn't going anywhere. So you can grab something and run with it if you want, to get clicks, and that's what people often do with me and things that I say, whether I misspeak or if I speak up. But at the end of the day, I'm a Raider, and I'm excited to be here. I love my head coach, and I love the general manager here and everybody. I mean, from the top to the bottom. So I have no reason to lie. I mean, one thing I don't do is BS, so I'm not gonna make anything up when it comes to that. I'd rather keep my mouth closed if I have negative things to say. But when I say that these are some good men in this place that I really value the relationship that I have with them, I mean that. So that's about all that needs to be said for that.
Bill, listen, you talk that you're giving a voice, and it's not just to hear you talk; it's actually to listen to what you have to say. Perspective. Do you get that sense?
Correct. I mean, I've never been encouraged to speak up and share my feelings with the organization the way I have with these two guys. I mean, and I felt that from the first time that I got a call from them right after getting traded. That's the type of environment I was going to be coming into, just based off of what they think about me, the respect they have for things I've done on the field, and I try to give them that respect back. And obviously, sometimes things get said and taken out of context, like I said, and it's never my intention to bring any type of negative attention or throw off the focus of the team or whatever, which did not happen, by the way. We got a lot of guys in here that know me well by this point and know my intentions. No, I just want to win. I'm here to try to win a Super Bowl like everybody else is on their team. So that's really my only focus. I'm not really. The thing is with me, and I'm unapologetically me. At the end of the day, I truly do not care what people have to say. So when I'm clearing things up and talking about this stuff, a lot of times it's me protecting other people that were involved. Like, I don't ever want Jimmy to feel away, think that I didn't want him here, or I don't like him, or I don't want Josh to feel like, I post a picture with Ziggs, and then they're like, "Oh, is it Josh that that must be the real problem." So y'all can do that if you're that bored. Like, go play Monopoly or some shit. 'Cause
goddamn. Goddamn. Yup. There you have it. Look, again, he didn't really have to set the record straight. Again, a lot of people were up in arms about this. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, he's leaving. He's going to be traded. He doesn't want to be here anymore." Wrong. Like, again, when it comes to the offseason, when it comes to stuff like that, take it with a shot of penicillin, because 9 times out of 10, it's not valid. We do know that there have been talks for months at this point in regards to Hunter Renfrow, and Hunter Renfrow potentially being traded after June 1st. Look, puts us in a good situation with a little bit more cap space. For those that were on the other day, you guys saw me break down a potential 53-man roster for the Raiders and a couple of different positions that are going to be pretty much competition spots throughout training camp and throughout the preseason. One of those was at the receiver position between Hunter Renfrow or Philip Dorsett. Look, we had, what was the other one? Amik Robinson, and I think it was Tyler Hall or Sam Webb. Like, you're going to see these competitions, and there are reasons behind it. I asked Wasted yesterday during his live, and shout out to him, about Savara, Farrell, or there's another one I'm forgetting right now, Malcolm Butler. If you could only choose one, why? Like, these could be guys that are fighting for one spot on this team. So I get it. There's another one right now that I really think, especially after we talked about guys that we think are going to start. We just signed Van Rotten from the Jets, a former Jet rather. I think he's going to be in competition in camp right now for that starting guard spot between him and Alex Bars. And I think realistically, Van Rotten might be the guy to actually take that spot. We shall see. Let me see. The one question I have, could Carr call audibles, or what was published in the media just run the play, no audibles, is true or not? Look, the thing with Carr, and look, it's been an excuse for the longest time, at least for the people that were just so loyal to Carr. Like, he's had this many different coaches. He's had this many different offensive coordinators and da-da-da-da-da. Like, okay, I get it. Your first year in this system, and everybody has joked around that trying to learn this offensive system is like trying to learn Mandarin. But Last year was his worst year, like the worst year of his career. His completion percentage was down. He was getting sacked left and right. His touchdown to turnover ratio it was abysmal. But again, somebody that's been in this league for as long as he has been, you could have dummied it down for him and he could have thrived. But at the same time, I don't put the blame 100% on Carr. And I don't know if I've said that to you guys before, but at the same time, it's like, look, steered away from things that were working. Like first half, we were good, we're up. And then all of a sudden, second half, we decide to steer away from what was working. We run less. We aren't hitting the right people, hitting the right targets on offense, and the defense just collapses. Like collectively, we had a losing record as a team. You can't put the finger on one person. You had people that are saying it's Carr's fault. People are saying it was McDaniel's fault. People saying it was the defense's fault. I talked about it as the season ended. Like realistically, we know where things went wrong, and we know one thing that we did not fully address, except for bringing in Chandler Jones, and that was not fully addressing defense. Like you loaded up the offense, cool, but our defense ultimately we were ranked like 26 in defense. Offensively, we were ranked 12th, but again, we steered away from things that didn't work. Too many close game losses. Like realistically, if you think about those 6 games that we lost by single digits, like we could have realistically been a 12-5 team. But shoulda, coulda, woulda. Everything's different. McDaniel said during the presser, like the 91 guys that they have on this roster right now, about 45 of these guys were undrafted free agents, and that includes guys like Jacoby Myers. So I think that bringing a guy like Myers here, and this was a guy that McDaniels had when he came into the league, he saw what this kid was capable of. He was giving him praise during the presser, saying that like he watched a lot of film. He tried to get as many reps as he possibly could, and we see what he's done since he's been in the league and playing with the New England Patriots. So I think being back with McDaniels and being familiar with the system, like I think it's going to be good for him. Now, I got this email the other day from PFF, and PFF is doing another simulator, but it's a simulator now that's based upon any of the 32 teams. Pretty much you pick one and they simulate the season. Now, I've run the simulator a couple of times and haven't been really too thrilled about it, especially with where it has us. But at the same time, like, again, we are not cut down to a 53-man roster. And we already know, like, we have the 10th toughest schedule. We are slated to be the underdog in every game as usual. We'll forever be public enemy number one. But like one of the simulations had us finishing, I believe, like 8 and 9, and that was a grade of like a C minus. Like I think that stuff is laughable right now. I was a guest yesterday with the New York Giants the Rush Hour show, and we broke down the AFC West. I gave my bold prediction, but still not an official prediction. I said 11-6, 12-5. Like last year, we all put the cart in front of the horse, and we had those high expectations just because of, we got Tay, we got Chandler Jones, things like I said, that's not an official prediction. I'm waiting until at least after week 2 to fully assess our 53-man roster and get pretty much 120 minutes. That's 2 games for those that are unaware. 120 minutes of 53-man roster football, and then I can really assess. I don't even want to go and say, I think it's going to be this, da-da-da-da-da. Like, I don't even want to give you guys an assessment on anything like that right now. Hold on. Hammer, why are you talking all this sense right now? I don't know if it's nonsense that you meant, but okay. With our half-to-half debacles, that bugged the hell out of me. It bugged all of us, bro. But again, like, things are different. Look, we still have the same coaching staff. We have a lot of new faces here, a lot of new players. I'm here for it right now. Trust me, it drove me insane, bro. And shout out to you in the chat, John. Like, it drove me wild too. Like, I was traveling for a lot of just to watch a lot of these games, and that miserable hour and 15-minute drive home, like I wanted to beat my head against the wall with a lot of these ridiculous asinine losses that we had. I don't think anything was worse in the Saints game, but I digress. Like, new season, new quarterback, a lot of new players, a lot of new faces. Like, it is what it is. Let me see. We are on a whole bunch of platforms. I didn't even mention that before. We're running a simulcast right now. We are on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitch. I think I said Twitter already. And we're on YouTube. But if you guys want to join the chat, those that are on all the other platforms other than YouTube, come on over to YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything. We're on that road to 7K. We're getting closer to 6,500. But come on in, chat it up, and I will put the link in the chat momentarily for anybody that wants to come on and chat it up. Like I said, Big Mike is supposed to be joining us, I think another couple of minutes, but we shall see. Great job on the New York Giants podcast last night. Way to represent the nation. Carrie, appreciate you. Thank you. It was a good time last night, and shout out to Dan, shout out to Craig, shout out to Nikki, shout out to Jake, shout out to Brandon. It was definitely a good time, and look forward to doing that down the road. More or less, probably when we play the Giants this coming season, we'll probably have the New York Giants rush hour here as guests when we play the Giants this coming season. So it should be fun. I don't want to predict a record with JG hurt before any snap. Now we know why the JG pressure took an extra day. The presser. Yeah, somebody else had said that in one of the chats earlier as well. But again, it was a minor surgery. We're going to take this as it goes for now. Like I said earlier, like, certain things do seem to make sense now. Like, look, Brian Hoyer knows the system. They signed him. Drafting a quarterback in Officer Farva, Aiden O'Connell. It makes sense right now for why some of these things have happened. But again, we take it as it goes. We'll see how this plays out for Jimmy G and when he'll be back on the field and when he'll really be in silver and black for the very first time on the field, not in front of a podium of any sort. So, yeah. Like I said, I'm going to put the link in here. A shout out to Big Bros in the building. Shout out to Las Vegas Raiders Network. Salute. Let me put this up. I'm going to put this in the chat. Again, we haven't done this in a long time. I want to hear from you guys. I will, if you put, all right, you know what? Scratch that for a second. Pause. You guys want me to open up the vault line, or do you guys want me to just open up the live? That's it. Graph was talking smack on Waze is live. Oh, was he? What was he saying? Let's see. Let's see if I can get this open as well. Maybe that'll work as well. Sorry for the dead air. Y'all know I hate doing that to y'all. Let me just make sure that everything's on the up and up here. This all looks good. You know what? I'll do this for all the platforms because anybody can do this right now. See if this actually works. If it does, we're in money. I could be wrong though, because it might have to be done strictly through YouTube. Sick. Oh, there it is. There it is. All right, you guys want to call into the vault line? There's a number 347-471-0361. Call in, ask your questions, sound off. It's about you guys right now. And like I said, we are waiting for Big Mike to pull up. Hoping that he pulls on up in the next couple of minutes. But there's a number for the vault line right now. If you guys want to call on in and sound off, y'all are more than welcome to. And I will send the link for the chat for the live as well if anybody wants to pull on up and sound off. We got our first. And please let me know that you guys can hear this. Jack, you're in the vault. What's up, bro? Good. Please, anybody in the chat, give me a thumbs up that you can hear Jack, please. I don't want any more issues. I can hear you loud and clear. I'm waiting to see if anybody. Oh my God, I quit. Now they're saying they. This is why I'm gonna have to use this is why I need to just stick to OBS. So I guess I'm gonna have to close the vault line for now and just put the link in the chat. Sorry, bro. All right. All right. Fuck. This is why I try to stick to using what do you call it? This is why I try to stick to using OBS, because issues like this. So I'm putting the actual link for the live in here. If anybody wants to pull up, this is just getting crazy tonight. Actually, yeah, it's right there in the chat. You guys can see it right there if you guys want to pull on up. I don't know what is going on. I guess there's certain things that can be used and can't be used while I'm doing this, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. I guess I have to get with it or get lost. But I did have Mad Max was talking during his presser, and pretty much they're asking him about him more or less being the vet, him and Chandler Jones being the vets on the defensive line right now, and how a lot of these guys in here are in their second years or rookie years, and all he wants to do is help these guys succeed. Pretty much he's really holding the torch right now as the team's captain, as at least the defensive captain, and taking these guys out and doing team activities and stuff, which I'm with. That's a great way to build team chemistry. And then you could see it's not just them working together on the field, it's these guys hang out off the field as well. So all right, Jack is pulling on up. Yo.
Hey, what's up? Oh, looks like McDaniel's in between us.
Oh God. What's going on, dude?
Hey, dude, doing well. How you doing, bro?
Good.
So I'm not surprised that Jimmy G is hurt, but I am kind of surprised it's before one snap. And again, what I was posting in the chat is now we know why that presser got delayed because of his injury, and they found it out and had to work out whatever the niches they wanted to work out.
But again, this was something that the Niners pretty much were like, oh no, you don't need surgery for it. And then it was our guys, our trainers, our doctors that were like, it's a minor surgery, get it done. Da, 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 da. Okay, cool. It's minor and we're in May. It's only OTAs. So it's not anything to go crazy about right now. I think just let him do his recovery, let him do his PT. And when training camp starts, hopefully he's available and ready to go. There is somebody else backstage. I'm kind of nervous because it's kind of dark, but let me attempt to see who this is. Yo.
Damn, Hammer, that was very racist. I'm offended.
No,
I'm in the car, man. What's up, Hammer?
He said talent. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, am I being catfished right now?
What's up, Wasted?
No, Hammer. No. What's going on, bro?
Hey, good to meet you on a live for the first time.
I just want to come in really quickly.
Yeah,
I'm driving. I shouldn't be, doing this and driving. But Hammer, what I will say is this: if you ever say that I've ever had a stitch of FUBU on my back, ever in life, we gonna knuckle up, bro.
Bro, you look like one of those old school cats that used to do the swishies with one pant leg up and everything on that LL Cool J shit, bro.
Oh wait, listen. I definitely had the one pant leg up, yo. But it was never no FUBU shit. I definitely had the one pant leg up, bro. I didn't mean to derail this riveting Raider conversation. I just really, to be honest with you guys, though, I'm a little concerned about the fact that look, man, we haven't had the best history when it comes to players, and I know this is a new regime. This is like a new time, and I can't really look back. But man, I have PTSD with Raider players that were supposed to have minor injuries, and then it comes out in the wash that it was more than what we thought. And we're waiting for the guy and waiting for him, and we're waiting for this part of our team to show up, and then they never do. I really want this whole clean slate that I've been kind of looking forward to. I just want the clean slate to happen, man. I really don't really want to wait around and wait for guys to get healthy and stuff like that, because I thought, this is the reason why we have this regime. They're going to go out and get guys who are healthy and get guys that are ready to compete and play.
I know with you, like your one major concern, or at least when it comes to like injuries, the one that like stresses you out more than anything else is the foot injury, and it seems like that's what we're dealing with Jimmy G. It's been the injury with Tyree Wilson as well, and I know for you, it's one of those things that you get really really nervous about, and I understand it. Like I said, when it comes to Jimmy G right now, they claim that it was a minor surgery, that they're expecting him to be back with by training camp. I think the same thing with Tyree Wilson. We're probably going to see the same thing. Like, it's OTAs. They're not doing too much right now. They're more learning their systems. They're learning the playbooks. I think things are going to be fine, but I'm still like a little nervous. I don't think I'm as nervous as you are, but I'm pretty nervous about this whole situation right now.
Look, Jack will tell you, you remember every year, this the year Darren McFadden's going to be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Every year. And guess what? He wasn't healthy till he left us and went to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And I don't know how healthy he was when he was with the Cowboys, because I kind of didn't really follow it. You know how it is, man. Once you lead the Raiders, I kind of I'm focused on who's here, who's playing for us, that's my main concern, because it's a Liz Frank thing.
Well, we also had that wide receiver from the Chargers with the plantar fasciitis play well for us, and I mean, his career was pretty much done afterwards. After leaving the Raiders, going to Detroit, and
Tyrell feet for
Williams.
hands. I couldn't stand that dude. Anyways, he was a dude I didn't even want here.
Yeah, he was pretty terrible, man. I mean, listen, I get tired of us bringing in the trash from the Chargers. You know what I mean? I would prefer that we didn't. But at the end of the day, man, I just look, man. When I'm looking forward and I'm saying, hey, man, we're gonna reset everything. We're done with our previous quarterback. I just want him to actually be in the building and be healthy, and for him to be ready before the season. Now, I hope he is. I hope that there's no issues, and I hope that he can stay upright. At least for 80 to 90% of the season, man. In any given year, you're going to have a quarterback get dinged up. Some guys are able to play through it, others are not. I don't know if Jimmy's the kind of guy who plays through it, because I haven't followed his career as much as I probably would have liked to. Man, I've seen the stats and I've seen where he's taken the 49ers, and I've watched him in the playoffs and stuff. But as far as I'm not going to say that I'm a big Jimmy Garoppolo aficionado, because I hate the 49ers with the fire of 1,000 suns. I won't watch a 49er game, man. And it's just, I got to really look into how tough. People say he's tough. Look, to me, man, your ability is your availability, man. So let's hope that, we get a healthier version of Jimmy than he's been in the last few years, man. And
well, wait, so I can tell you what the Northern California thinks of Jimmy G. That's why the Niners traded all those picks for Trey Lance. He's got a ceiling. He definitely has a ceiling, and he's had the same problem there. It's like staying healthy. So,
I mean,
I feel like
at it is this: if say for instance he gets knocked for a loop and he's out, it'll be unfortunate. I'll hate that, but I gotta always be optimistic, right? So it's like, okay, we get a chance to see what we have in some of the younger guys on the roster, right? And then if they shit the bed, then that means that we're a bad football team, and we have a high draft pick in a year where it's going to be a banner year for quarterbacks. So whichever way this goes, man, I'm just going to be optimistic and pray that we win. I never pray for us to lose. I always pray for us to win football games, especially at this stage of the game. You know what I mean? But then, if you get into the weeds with some of this stuff, then you got to be a realist, and you got to want what's best for the Raiders as a whole going forward, So, at this point, man, listen, man, sometimes when you pray for rain, you wind up in the mud. We in the mud right now. Hopefully we get out of the mud, But hey, guys, man, I'm sorry, man. I ain't mean to pull up hammer. I just wanted to talk shit to you. And I just wanted to tell you, man, that, Graf said that your neck stink. I want to tell you that on the air.
I'll hit you later, bro.
I'm leaving. You guys have a terrible night. See you later.
Hey, take care, Wasted. I agreed with what you just said. So I agree with what Wasted just said. It's like, I don't want to be in the middle. I want to be either really good or really bad. I will never root for a loss, but you've read my stuff on your show and like everyone else's show. I really love Caleb Williams, and I've been saying that now for over a year. After they played Notre Dame, and I watched that kid destroy my team, oh my God, that kid reminds me of Patrick Mahomes. And if you're going to beat a Patrick Mahomes, you need to have a kid that's like a Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
So
right now, though, they have it. Like I was talking to somebody about this earlier because I was in one of the Raiders live pressers, like in their chats earlier, and somebody was asking me some questions about our quarterback. They're like, "Oh, are we tanking?" No, we're not tanking. So like everybody right now, just don't even start with that shit. And I really hope not to hear it in my chats during the season, but they already have it right now, as predicted, that there's like a 41% chance that we're going to get a top 10 pick in this coming draft anyway. So everybody that's on this, oh, let's get Caleb Williams, let's get this kid out of UNC. Just get it out of your heads.
I want to flip it the other direction. So what have you heard? I mean, okay, with Tom Brady, buying it part of the team, and I know why it's happening because, Mark Davis is protecting himself when Carroll passes, and when he gets hit with that like $40 million inheritance tax, he needs to be able to pay that off. So I can see why he's bringing him on board to be able to keep the team. But can he actually play? I mean, can he play for the team? I mean, is there a rule against that? I mean,
so I haven't heard anything about that, but I have a feeling that there probably is a rule against it. Like this is not like the 60s and 70s where you saw players doing things like that, where they were players and coaches, like before I was even a thought. I highly doubt that that's even – it's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. My thing is with him, and again, this is yet to be approved by the league, guys. It's a minority owner stake. Look, he's going to have a little bit of say. Like, they will listen to him. They will listen to his input on things. He's obviously not going to be the person that makes the final decision. Ultimately, we know that. But again, having this guy with a championship pedigree, a championship DNA, a successful career in the NFL, there's no reason you could be against this right now, because realistically, and I've said this a couple of times over the last couple of days, that Mark Davis does not have the mind that his father did. And rest in paradise, Al Davis. I think having a guy with a football mind like Tom Brady in that room is definitely going to help. I think it might draw a lot of more eyes, a lot more players that would like to come and play for this organization. We saw when he went to Tampa, a lot of people were taking haircuts and playing, and look, some of them that came there, they won a Super Bowl. So I think that we just take this as it goes right now. Again, it is still not official. It has not been approved by the league. So we just have to wait until that ruling comes down to find out ultimately if he is in fact the minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. Easy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry because I know you asked me a couple of minutes ago. All right, question for you, Hammer. I asked Wasted his opinion yesterday. Since Wilson's wearing 9, he has to be lining up as an outside linebacker since defensive ends can't wear number 9. Any thoughts on that? So with Tyree Wilson, and this is a guy you guys know I've been talking about for months and months and months and months and months. It's going to be a guy that you can put on the interior. He's a guy that you can put on the edge. He's a guy that is a hybrid. He can be in the interior. He could be at the edge. He could play outside linebacker. We need this dude to be 100% when we have the opportunity to finally see him on the field, which probably, again, won't be until training camp. We will see what he's capable of. I'm looking forward to seeing him get some reps during the preseason as well. And you asked me another question. Every quarterback that has taken a snap for the Niners for 6 years has gotten hurt. Sounds like they have some issues over there. That's a fact. That is an absolute fact. And I feel like Shanahan plays a huge, huge, huge role in it. And look, all the injuries that these guys came down with this past season, now we have the Brock Purdy rule where we can carry 3 fucking quarterbacks on the roster. So it is what it is, but yeah.
It's only going to help us, Hammer, right now.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be interesting. It's like, Chandler Jones, 3-4, Tyree getting that number to be an outside linebacker, but Max is a 4-3. So it'll be interesting to what they do.
Yeah, but we know that Jimmy Graham likes to play all over the place too. Like he doesn't like the traditional 4-3, 3-4 bases. You're gonna see a lot of nickel. We'll see. I want to see what these guys can do, especially these guys now that are gonna be in their second year under Patrick Graham's defense. I'm looking to see another turnaround. So we shall see. I want to talk optimism, 5 primetime games, returning starters, drop the scrub, drafted monsters, depth all over defense, college captains turned into rookie sensations. Hopefully, let's effing go. I'm going to have to throw this out here right now for that one because that was valid.
24 Blitz. My name is Jack Kennedy.
Let's see. And I'm still waiting on Mike. I don't know if he's going to be pulling up, and we've already been on for 45.
I got to hop off, brother. I got to start doing some stuff and cook some dinner. But I don't be surprised. Like, we're talking about DBs and stuff like that. A lot of stuff's going to happen after June 1. I guarantee you we'll see another linebacker, maybe 2, another DB. And I like this kid Bennett. Don't be surprised later on, week 3, 4, 5, or 6, he's going to be a starter. So
I hope so. I definitely hope so. Jack, it was a pleasure. Talk to you soon, bud.
Love you, brother. Take care.
That was Jack. Yeah, it's so weird. Again, using this instead of using my regular like OBS or my regular Streamlabs, it's so different. Like the angles, certain things I can use, certain things I can't use. Like it sucks. Mike is ready to pull up. Pause. Hold on. Oh shit. All right, let's try this again. I almost got reloaded on this. Good God Almighty. Big Mike, it's in the chat. Try it again, bro. Darth Raider, salute. Did you guys hear the sound effect at least when I hit it just now or no? Like, if not, I definitely won't be using this for live streams moving forward. That was just for me because you said it. All right, cool. I had to play that one because John called me out on my bullshit. So I get the Price is Right loss. I'll hold that L. It's fine. Hopefully Big Mike pulls up momentarily. We've already been on for 48 minutes. Those that are in here for the first time, don't let it be a last. Break them thumbs, hit them subs, smash a bell. Again, we're getting closer to 6,500. Ultimately, we are on the road to 7K. Tell a friend to tell a friend and tell a friend. Gave my heart a little bit of, oh God. Gotta say this is better than StreamYard being on. Yeah, but it sucks in regards to, I guess, trying to do this audio and try to share certain things with you guys. That's the thing that's killing me right now. Like, I'm so used to having different things at my disposal, like trying to play the pressers. Like, you guys know that's what I've been doing for like the last year and a half, and you guys are saying you can't hear it. I'm like, that's not normal for me. That's really, so I actually had to open the video and hold it to the mic. I don't do that. Hold up. Without any further ado, one of the best, dopest writers on planetraiders.com. And check out planetraiders.com if you haven't yet for everything Raiders. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Big Dog, Big Mike.
Yo. What's up, man? What's going on, bro?
Yay, you're finally here.
Yeah, hey, sorry about that, man. I had small emergency, but I'm here, bro.
It's all good.
I love the new sound effects, bro.
That just made me go legally deaf. God damn. Oh, we have another guest backstage. This is my guy. Like, this is my guy. Like, you don't understand. Like, RWO is in the building.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Aussie.
Guy, what's up, bro?
Oi.
What's
What's
up,
going
bro?
on, fam? Hammer, Big Mike Raider, what's cracking?
Yo,
Hey, nothing much, man. Good to see you
guys on together. Like, this is always a good time.
Yes, sir.
Good to see
You already know.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So there's a lot that happened today. As was the first day of OTAs. We heard Josh McDaniels' first part of the presser. We heard what Tay had to say, and he pretty much put everything to rest. And look, I said it last week, like there was no smoke at all. People were making a big deal out of something for no reason whatsoever. People are up in arms. Oh, he's going to get traded. He wants to leave. Tay shut it down real quick. What are your thoughts right now after hearing that presser today?
First things first, so to everyone in the chat, I see you, Jack, and everyone else. I got to be honest, I didn't really watch too much of the press. I don't really watch too much of presses.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's all just the same BS, like telling people what they want to hear or just being careful about what you say in front of a wider audience, you know what I mean? So unless it's like a UFC or a wrestling presser, I got to be honest, I don't really care.
That's as real as it gets. You definitely get props to that. Shout out to Forever Raider on becoming a new member. Appreciate you. Big Mike, what did you think of the presser? Well, we know you put Mr. Monopoly in, but what's your real thoughts on this?
I think we got a kind of an answer from Devontae Adams, kind of where he stands with the team. I mean, like it's sorry about the background noise. Somebody's doing work next door, so sorry about that. But
sounds like someone's water blasting.
What I do like about one thing that stuck out with Devontae Adams, him saying that he likes this year the continuity compared to last year. Now that was one thing that really stuck out to me. As far as how practices is ran, nobody's running like a chicken with their head cut off. That's pretty much kind of what he said to. If I wanted to quote him, that was one of those things that kind of stuck out to me. Now, as far as you know, the whole, you know, rumors and everything that was going on with him, you know, I'm glad he squashed that, bro. That was one thing that I really loved, the fact that he squashed it. He told people to go play Monopoly. That was great. I immediately ran and it was like, all right, I'm going to put Devontae Adams' head on Mr. Monopoly's body. I'm definitely going to do that. So that was one thing that really stuck out to me, man. I was definitely happy about that, man.
Only thing that was missing was a monocle over his eye.
Yeah, I tried to make it happen, bro.
I would have died if I saw that. So what are your guys' thoughts right now in regards to Jimmy G? Like, look, it was said that this dude, the Niners pretty much hit their team doctors, their training staff pretty much said like, hey, surgery is not required. Before he signed with us, Raiders did their due diligence. They went through the whole physical process and they're like, you need minor surgery, but you'll be back in no time. And now it seems to be a big deal as we did have the first day of OTAs today. And everybody's already up in arms. Oh, Jimmy G is always hurt. See? Like, what are your thoughts?
I think that I am kind of concerned about it. However, it has been 2 months post-surgery. And it could be a cautionary kind of deal right now for him to be sitting out. There's not anything going on, like Josh McDaniels has said. We want these guys upright and healthy by the time training camp starts. That's when, you know, things actually matter. Right now, being acclimated with the team, camaraderie, and watching film is just as important as being out on the field right now. And if you got an injury that you're nursing, that you're trying to recover from, you're probably on the upper end of recovering from. I think that it's a safer bet for him to just kind of watch film, get acclimated with the team, just be around the team, and go from there. I'm not gonna panic. I think everything is fine with him. I think that if this was a regular season thing and he had to play, then I think he would play. I think he would be on the field. So. but
shout out to John on the 499.
But yeah, that's kind of
the $1 million man.
There you go. Yeah, that's what I was tripping on. I saw the $1 Million Man pop up on the side of the screen. I'm like, what's going on, bro?
Money, 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 money.
That was my guy, man. Shout out to John
Yes, sir.
Corrigan on the 499. Devontae Adams gave mad ups to Sam Webb. We got a sleeper on the squad. Thoughts? Yeah, I said it when we were going through the 53-man roster, like the predictions the other day. I think that spot is going to be a battle between Sam Webb and Amik Robertson for a roster spot. So for Devontae to give him props already, you already got a leg up so far, buddy. Just keep grinding and keep doing what's expected of you, and you can make this roster, and potentially Amik Robertson won't. What do you guys think?
Some people pen and shout out to Hug These. Some people actually peg Sam Webb to be a sleeper to actually start as that one of the outside corners, because even that spot is up for grabs. It's not solidified by anyone yet. So yeah, I mean, I don't believe so. If he can play well enough to earn the job, not by default, but because he's good enough, then so be it. Like, kudos to him. But I mean, I see what you see, like more so like he'd be fighting out for a depth spot. I mean, I went on record as to saying that I thought Amik should have been gone before preseason last year. I thought his time had come, and I didn't think he showed enough. However, he managed to stay on the roster, and he actually did if I had an award for the most improved player last season, I would have given it to Amik Robertson. He definitely proved me wrong. And for all the licks he took, he learned how to punch back, and he was able to, make some plays in that. So, going to be interesting to see who wins out those depth spots at the cornerback position, as well as who starts. I mean, do you see that spot being a solidified area on the defense yet? I personally don't. It's going to be interesting.
I don't. I think it's going to be a battle for either side. But when we went through like who we think could potentially be starters this season, I'm still kind of convinced that Nate Hobbs returns back to the slot, because that's where he really thrived. But I think outside, I was thinking David Long Jr. I was thinking potentially maybe Ja'Cory Bennett as a number 2, but we have to wait and see.
Yeah, but it's not a solidified spot yet, is it?
No,
it's
right
a competition.
Right now, I truly believe everything is up for grabs right now.
I will say this, man. I will say this: if it comes down to Webb or let's say Amik for that final spot, it's almost like Webb now officially has that stamp of approval. Now you gotta also keep in consideration Devontae Adams and the front office are kind of like hand in hand now. So who's to say that Devontae Adams almost has like a say? I want my guy around. And are you going to upset Devontae Adams once again? That's a tough situation. Now, I don't know, from a front office perspective, does that matter to them? Is that something that matters to them? I think that it should, but considering that you got a star player and a team that's still trying to prove himself, a front office trying to prove himself, you kind of really don't have any ground to stand on as far as that goes. So if kind of rubber meets the road and you have to pick one guy, he might be the final guy, considering he kind of has that official stamp of approval. What do you think about that, bro?
You're asking me, you're asking Afkasi?
Yeah, either one of you, man. What do you guys think about it?
I'll go after you, Hammer, if you want to take first.
I get what you're saying in regards to his relationship with this front office, but at the same time, like listening to that presser today, it was like, with all the stuff that he was putting out there on social media before this whole thing happened, it's like him talking about Rodgers and everything. Like, he didn't even know that they were going after Jimmy G. I don't know if I really believe that, because it seemed like the writing was on the wall. Once Carr was benched, it was like they had to have told him, like, oh, like, he's not coming back. So we want to hear your input, your insights on who our next quarterback should be. For him to say that he didn't know that they were even remotely looking into Jimmy Garoppolo, I don't know, man. Something doesn't sound right there.
Yeah, there seems to be some sort of disconnect. I will admit that, man. I definitely will admit that.
I guess, like, yeah, it would go a long way having a player like one of your senior players endorsing someone like Sam Webb. But at the same time, I still believe he's still going to need to show more, as well as have a very productive preseason. I mean, a lot of these guys who are on that lower echelon of the cornerback room are going to have a big preseason. I mean, you got a guy I like is also Tyler Hall. He was a guy who I see a lot of potential, and a lot of other people see a lot of potential in.
Yep.
Tyler Hall, Amik Robertson, Sam Webb. These are guys that are all going to need, like, yeah, they can do well in the off-season training camp, but when it comes to preseason, that's when those guys and any guy who's on that roster bubble are going to need to show out. Otherwise, they might be looking at shipping out.
I wholeheartedly agree. Like, we know that the deepest rooms that we have right now are the defensive line, our secondary, and our receivers. Like, currently, as it stands, we have 11 receivers on this team right now. And I said, like, a lot of people have talked about this, that probably after June 1st that Renfro gets traded. Like, doing the 53-man prediction, I had it for a roster spot between Hunter Renfro or Philip Dorsett. Like, good chance that Renfro could be gone within the next, like, week and a half.
I hope he's not. I really do.
A lot of people don't want that to happen, but another one, like, availability has not really been his best friend recently either.
Yeah.
Well, he was only not really available last season. I mean, before that, he'd played most of the 3 seasons he was here, and he was a very good Raider on and off the field. I don't believe just getting rid of him just like his yesterday's garbage. I think he deserves better than that. But that's just me personally. So
I agree with you. He's a guy that he should be revered and respected. However, I will say that last year he showed that he not necessarily may not fit in the Josh McDaniels system, considering that, you know, Hunter Renfro is more of a freestyle type of wide receiver where he wants to run the China option route where, you know, he kind of wants to make a freestyle move and kind of not necessarily go on a scripted route. And Josh McDaniel's system doesn't really allow that. Now, do you kind of tailor that to Hunter Renfro, considering that he is worth, you know, whatever, was it 13, 14 million right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you kind of have to make some adjustments if you're going to keep him. But if you're stubborn enough to be like, hey, this is what we run, this is what we're going with, then you kind of have to find your options. You kind of have to find a good fit for him and ship him out and see what you can get for him.
just one last take on Renfro for me. The other thing I see is that, like, I mean, for me, you reward young homegrown talent. You know what I mean? You don't just ship them off just like I said, they're yesterday's garbage. Because to me personally, Renfro is not. Yeah, he had his injuries last season. Yeah, he suffered from concussions and that. But like up until then, he been a very good Raider. I mean, say what you will about Wally, you cannot say the same about Renfro in terms of his character and you know, in terms of his production before last season. And I personally believe he deserves the chance to find his way back. Again, I'm just going to stress it. He's not yesterday's garbage, and I don't believe we should treat him that way. But if we trade him off, whatever, so be it. But I don't believe we should.
I guess we take it as it goes because, look, like last offseason, we saw Waller get an extension. We saw Renfro get an extension. Where's Waller now? They shipped him off. So it's again, I've said this even when it comes to Josh Jacobs, as much as I love the kid, at the end of the day, it's a business. If Hunter Renfro can be that guy for us, if the front office, if Josh McDaniels thinks that he's going to be this guy moving forward, then great. But if they don't have a vision, or if they have a vision and he's not a part of it, you have to understand at the end of the day that it's a business and we have to move on and continue our business, you know?
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Business is business at the end of the day. And, you know, if the plan is to keep Josh McDaniels to, you know, from beginning to end to build this thing, maybe Hunter Renfro isn't in the plans. Unfortunately, that might be the case. He was, I mean, what I don't like is the fact that they didn't do their due diligence before signing him. maybe last year they could have got something for him on, on the heels, on the heels of having a great season the year before, 100 catches, over 1,000 yards. Like,
Right.
if that was the case, we could have got a lot more for him.
Right.
Now we're talking about, a mid-round pick for Hunter Renfrow, as opposed to maybe something like in the second round, third round, so I don't know, man. I think they kind of dropped the ball as far as Hunter Renfrow goes. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully they don't get rid of him, because that would just mean it's a failure on their end.
Well, you see how we already, or not we, how they messed up when they declined the 5th-year option on Josh Jacobs and what he did this past season. And now, look, you guys decide to franchise tag him. He hasn't signed the tender. I really am hoping that a deal is worked out. And if Renfrow is a casualty as a result of Jacobs getting his payday, so be it.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, to be honest, yeah, if I had to get rid of one to pay the other, yeah, then that's the route I would go. That's the route that would have to happen.
Yeah. Look, I get it. It's a business, but and if I had to choose between the two, of course, it's a no-brainer. But I said what I said. I still believe there's a role for Hunter Renfrow. He deserves to find his way back. And it's like I said, he's not yesterday's garbage. At his best, he's one of the best slot receivers in the game, and he's been a very good Raider up until this point. But just to shift the focus back to something you guys were saying, you were talking about you like the depth on the defensive line. I like the depth in terms of our ends, but our interior, every single one of those guys is unproven. What do you think about that?
So I had asked this question to Wasted last night, because this is another spot where I think there's going to be competition. And I said between the undrafted kid Silvera, Malcolm Butler, and Neil Farrell. Matthew Butler. I'm sorry, Matthew Butler and Neil Farrell. I'm like, I think maybe one of them makes this roster. Who are you going with if you had to choose out of those 3? If you had to choose one, like, I'm not saying that I'm not too thrilled about this defensive line, especially the interior, but at the same time, this is what Patrick Graham needed. This is what Patrick Graham wanted for his system. You're going to constantly see a rotation of fresh legs on that interior line. You're going to see guys that are maybe solid at stopping the run, and then other guys that can be disruptors when it comes to passing situations. So I like his thought process and what he did here in regards to free agency and the draft. It's just, again, this is another spot on the defense that you're going to see a lot of competition for those roster spots moving forward.
Right.
Yeah, man. Popular contrary to popular belief, depth is a lot more important than having just one superstar on a team as far as defensive tackles go. These guys, they get winded quickly. I mean, they're in good shape. Don't get me wrong, but you're getting 100% from 2 guys. Another 2 guys pop in. You're getting another 100% from them. The previous guys are getting rest. So everybody's getting the rest with adequate amount of repetition. I mean, it's a well-oiled machine at that point, and I see the vision with that, and I do like it. I like the fact that they're young guys being in rotation. I've always been a fan of young defensive players leading the team. On offense, you want kind of your veterans who kind of know how to operate on a team and acclimated to the offense. But on defense, you want young guys flying around, and that's kind of what I'm seeing with this front defensive interior. That they have a bunch of young guys flying around from play on a play-to-play basis. You can throw 2 more in there, give them some rest, throw another 2 in there, NASCAR package. Now you're off the field getting more rest, throw another 2 in there if you need to. I just like the route that they're doing, and I hope Patrick Graham finds his groove and can make turnovers. I said it yesterday, turnovers, and they need to be opportunistic on getting interceptions, fumbles, things like that. If they can do that, this team can shock a lot of guys this year, a lot of teams. So that remains to be seen, man. I'm optimistic about it.
Right. I get what you guys are saying, and I do like that we've got young depth in that interior.
Yep.
my thing is that like we haven't got a proven guy that solidified that spot yet until proven otherwise. I mean, they're young, they're talented, they're going to need time, and I'm sure one of these young guys should emerge as being he's one of the guys we should see getting the majority of the snaps because he deserves it. But I'm looking at guys like Butler and I'm looking at Farrell. I see those two characters on the hot seat. I mean, the fact that we took 2 DTs after we took 2 last year, and word on the street from on the scene is that like Butler and or Farrell, there are concerns about like their practice and their ethics and like if they're lazy or whatever. But like I don't know, where there's smoke, there's fire. I mean, to take 2 after we just took 2 last year, you know, those 2 guys I'm looking at, hopefully they can put it together in preseason, or one, if not both, might be shipped off. And you know, guys like Young and Silvera will take their spot. There's those young developmental guys. We'll see. Shout out to Intel on the $50 super chat. Much love, man. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. Damn, we have been on for over an hour. I do got to go and take care of the monster among pups. It's time for him to go and get his walk. Seriously, I don't know if I showed you this, guys. So when Titan was a little smaller, he had a harness, and I got custom patches that had Monster Among Pups. I put it on Twitter, and Braun Strowman liked it and responded to it. I was like, "Yo, that is sick."
That's dope.
Like, your number one fur fan, and he responded to it. I was like, "That is sick."
Nice.
I gotta get going, guys. Thanks for having me on, Hammer, and
of course, brother.
Mike. You take care, guys. And
always
good to see you again, bro.
On the weekend, all right?
Take care, man.
Peace, guys.
All right, take care, bro.
Pleasure.
That was Afakasi Raider. Let me see if I can fix this.
Right
there we go. Like, I'm gonna figure out how to do this on OBS or Streamlabs. Like, even if I have to take a display capture of Melon, but I'm not too thrilled with certain things. Like I couldn't really play the presser audio. I'm like, this is not normal for me. We'll get back to that, guys. When we do pressers, y'all know, like we'll have it up and running. You know I'm the techie guy. So, but Mike, appreciate you pulling on up, bro. As always.
Sorry I was late, man, but thanks for having me, bro.
Come on. Yeah, you know you're welcome anytime as well. And if I don't get the chance, like if we don't do any lives the rest of this week, I know we talk behind the scenes anyways, but thank you for your service and happy Memorial Day to you, brother. And
appreciate it, bro. Appreciate that.
And we'll definitely, you know, again, we talk all the time, so we'll be talking, but I got to shout it out while we're live anyways. So appreciate you, brother, and thank you for your service.
Yeah, and you know, shout out to people who laid it out on the line and you know, made the ultimate sacrifice. That's really what Memorial Day is about. You know, at the end of the day, the people that aren't on here out, you know, enjoying barbecues with their families and things like that, will make the sacrifice. And they're not able to be with us to this day. Those are the people that we need to honor on Monday anyway. So, you know, shout out to those families and then the people who are who have dealt with that kind of loss.
On your way out, let them know where they can find you, brother.
Yeah, you can find me at Big Mike, one word, Raiders second word. We're on the road to 1K. Make sure you guys like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks. We're trying to get to 1K right before the season starts. I got a lot of good plans coming up. I want to do some giveaways. Me and Hammer, we're going to do some gambling stuff, man. We got a lot of stuff in the books, a lot of things planned for this coming season. It's going to be a good time, man. Give me the 1K, and I promise you, you guys won't regret it.
There you go, brother. I will definitely be talking to you soon. Stay safe.
Yes, sir. You have a good one, bro.
You too. We've been on for over an hour. I feel like I haven't done an hour show in God knows how long, but I appreciate everybody that pulled on up tonight. On your way out, if you haven't already, break them thumbs, hit them subs, smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions in the house that Hammer built by the nation for the nation, Raider Nation News Today. With that being said, continue to stay safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. And, you know, your resident tribal chief, do me one other favor on your way out. Oops, wrong one.
Acknowledge me.
Just joking. You know, we got to get crazy every once in a while in here. But everybody in the chat, let me just hear it one time before we get out of here. Just one time in the chat. I got to get this chat back up. There we go. Anyways, win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. Till next time, y'all.
It was at this moment.
That ain't it. That ain't it. We having one of those rough nights. Peace, love, and positivity. I will see you guys soon.